Hello, students. In this video, I would like to show you how I, as your instructor, check your citations and the references. So this is an example of APA paper. And what I do, I go to your narrative and I pick any of your citations, like I highlight this or I select this author and I go to find what I see right now. So this is a citation in your narrative. This is another citation. I mean, the same citation in another place. And this is a reference list. So I see the same authors, the same date, the name of their work, the name of their chapter, of their article, and the name of the source, the main source. Please make sure that the main source, in our case, this is a book. The main source is in italics. So as you see, it is in italics. So let's do something different. Let's go back to our text and see what we have here. So for example, this is the one author and I do the same. I highlight the author, I go to find, and I see this author in this citation, another place where this author is cited, and now I see it is completely described in the reference list. And as I see the name, the title of the journal is the main source, is in italics. So I hope it is clear right now. So let's do something else. Let's find another source. So, okay, for example, here, it means that this et al means and others. So the name of the author and others, this is used when we have 3 authors and more. So I do the same. I select the name, I click find. So this is a citation in the narrative. This is another citation in the narrative. And finally, in the reference list, the source is completely described. So now I see the names of other authors. I see the name of the articles that was cited in the narrative. And also I see the name of the journal, of the main source. So this is how we use et al. Another thing, let's go back to our narrative and pick someone with a source with 2 authors. Okay, for example, this one. So I go to find, I check, okay, this author, this source was cited many times. It means that it is very important source of information. Maybe it is like foundational paper. So, and the last one, again, it is, yeah, you see, this is a very important. It is a 5th edition of the book, The Theory and Practice of Group Psychotherapy. So now I want to go back to our narrative and give you example. So for example, here, I would rephrase, I would change a little bit. I will cut it off and I will say, according to, and I will put the names of these 2 authors. So how I change? I remove parentheses and I replace the ampersand with and, because now we are writing the narrative, and narrative should not contain an ampersand. So the date of the publication now in parentheses. So according to these authors, comma, and then I continue my sentence. And also I have another citation that supports the sentence. So why 2000? Period shows the end of the sentence. And as you see, this citation, white 2000, is part of the sentence. Sometimes I see students put period over here, which is wrong because it separates this citation. Make sure that your citation is a part of the sentence. I hope it is clear. So this is an example. Let me do this. Okay, so now I want to go to the references and show how they must be organized. So first of all, they are on a separate page. Very often I see references in the format like this, which is wrong. So it is very hard to see every single reference, every single reference and entry. So what I do, I select the references and then I move this small thing to the right, and now it is easy to see every single source. One more important things again. What is cited in your narrative must appear in your references. Exclusion is interview. If you interview someone and you cite in your reference in your narrative, for example, this is a good example. This is an interview. Interview cited this way: the name of the person you interviewed, personal communication, comma, the date. And this is in parentheses and period at the end of the sentence. So this citation does not go to the references because it is not retrievable. Only sources that your reviewer, your reader can retrieve must go to the references. What appears in your references must be cited in your narrative. What is not cited in your narrative but shown here, so must be taken out of the reference because it is not bibliography, it is the references. They must be connected to the citations in the text, in the narrative. I hope it is helpful. Thank you very much for learning.